On August 30th, Tony responded to a comment left by a patron over on their Patreon where he indicated that something happened at one of Garrison's memorial services that effectively ended their relationship with at least Robyn. This statement was initially thought to have been left by Mykelti, but Mykelti claimed to know nothing about the comment the following week. Mykelti explained that both her and Tony replied to comments from their shared Patreon, so it must have been Tony that had left that comment. Then, the week after that, Tony drastically walked back what I took as a pretty clear comment about some sort of relationship-ending event occurring at one of Garrison's funeral services. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be voiceover commentary. Let's do a brief recap of the controversy, so to speak. For the last several years, Mykelti has expended an enormous amount of energy into maintaining a relationship with her dad and Robyn in the midst of her dad's original 3 marriages breaking down one by one. On the show, Christine has been very supportive of Mykelti maintaining a relationship with her dad and Robyn, even going so far as to play tech support for Robyn to be able to virtually attend the birth of Avalon. Cody and Robyn have made comments on the show about how appreciative they are of Tony and Mykelti and about being grateful they have at least one kid that chooses to bend the knee to them. It's become very clear that any kid that hopes to have a relationship with Cody needs to convince Cody and Robyn that they think the sun shines out of Robyn's ass. Mykelti and Tony were pretty successful at this for quite some time. Mykelti and Tony have fielded tons of questions during their time on Patreon about their relationship with Robyn and Cody and just what drives them to maintain a relationship after seeing their behavior on the show. Historically, Mykelti has acknowledged that she has to put in about 3 times as much effort in order to maintain a relationship, and she does it because she has wanted her kids to have relationships with their grandparents. She has made it clear that she considers Robyn a mom. Christine is Oma to her kids, but Robyn is grandma. It was shocking to a lot of Mykelti and Tony's patrons when it was very obvious that they had no idea Cody and Robyn were listing their Flagstaff home. Tony had popped onto their scheduled watch-along to let people know that they were going to have to postpone due to one of their kids needing medical attention. But before he signed off, he was going through comments and he noticed someone mentioned the house listing, and it was clear he was blindsided. They learned, along with the rest of us, of Cody and Robyn's intention to sell their home, and they didn't know if they planned to stay in Flagstaff, if they were finally building on the property, or what their plan was. This confused a lot of us because these two are supposed to be close with Cody and Robyn. How could they not be privy to such big news? This led one of their patrons to leave this comment on August 30th, stating, "So what happened between you guys and Cody and Robyn? The whole time you led us to believe you were close and that they were part of your children's lives. Now you're telling us that you don't know they are moving or what they are up to? Sorry, but it doesn't add up." This elicited a reply which stated, "Hey, we try very hard to say what we can while respecting our families and relationships. We don't lie. To give you some insights, it's true we have always been super supportive of Robyn. Yes, lately it may seem as that has changed. There are things that happened during the recent funeral that are the reason for that. We won't be talking about those events, so you're not totally wrong. Anyhow, thanks for supporting and watching. Hope this helps a little." I'll be honest, when I read this comment, it led me to believe that something happened. An event occurred at one of the services honoring Garrison that made Mykelti and Tony rethink their ardent support of Cody and Robyn. And my thought process was it had to be pretty bad too, because Mykelti and Tony have stood by Cody and Robyn and made a lot of excuses for a lot of their bad behavior on the show. Whatever happened at the funeral that caused Mykelti to be like, you know what, I can't support them anymore, in my opinion, it had to be a pretty big deal. Well, Mykelti and Tony are now way walking back and qualifying more about this comment. This initial reply that a lot of us thought was left by Mykelti, well, it turns out it was left by Tony. But this comment wasn't really vague to me. I guess it was vague in the sense that we didn't know precisely what the relationship ending event was, but the comment was pretty clear that even Mykelti's relationship with her dad and Robyn could not withstand whatever went down at Garrison's funeral. And to me, it had to be something more than just everyone was uncomfortable around each other, because we see the family being uncomfortable around each other, like when Cody and Robyn were present at Mykelti's baby sprinkle, and still Mykelti's relationship with them forged on. After the initial reaction from Tony, Mykelti then did the next couple of watch-alongs by herself. She was asked about that reply and she claimed complete ignorance of that comment. She said that both her and Tony respond to comments from time to time, so that comment must have come from Tony. Okay, fair. But she never actually addressed the substance of that comment. She never addressed anything about her relationship with Cody and Robyn, aside from that they aren't as close as they used to be. But we already knew this. I mean, Mykelti has dropped hints before to that effect when she has said things like things that should have brought the family together hadn't. And she also said that one of the reasons why she was moving to North Carolina was to, quote, get away from the drama. So clearly there was some disharmony somewhere in the family. Mykelti and Tony were back together for their watch-along of the season 19 premiere. People in the comments took the opportunity to ask Tony to clarify what he meant by his reply to that comment. Someone in the chat asked how Tony's relationship was with Robyn, and Tony looked confused reading the comment. He said, our relationship is good. If I saw her, I'd give her a hug. It seemed like he didn't really understand why someone would ask that. And he said that whenever he does see her, they have a great time hanging out. Someone asked Tony then to further clear up his Patreon comment about Robyn and the funeral. And as you can see here, Mykelti almost seems intentionally checked out on her phone. She does not want to address this at all. She was looking for photos of her and Madison pregnant together or something like that. Tony said he didn't know what there was to clear up, and a patron clarified, you had commented on Patreon about Robyn saying something at Garrison's funeral and not being as close to her anymore, but y'all are cool with Robyn, it sounds like. Tony said, I didn't say Robyn said anything. He said things happened and it was a tough time and the funeral was a time for healing to happen, and Tony says he doesn't think enough healing happened. So there we have it, I guess. According to Mykelti and Tony, we all made much to do about nothing. More specifically, it seems like I made much to do about nothing because someone sent them my last video on this topic, and Mykelti wondered if I was the same reality squad that was all over TikTok. And I don't know. I only have 1,000 followers on TikTok, so I don't think I'm all over TikTok. Personally, I think Mykelti has me confused with someone else, but who knows? I will say I appreciate that Mykelti at least got the name of my channel right, Reality Squad, unlike some other people who kept referring to me as realiteasquad, and for some reason that just really grinds like nails on a chalkboard to me. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did we just completely misinterpret Tony's reply to a patron's comment? Or do you think Mykelti and Tony are trying to walk back a comment that got way more attention than they thought it would? Personally, I think the latter is true. The way that comment even caught traction in the first place was because someone took a screenshot of it and posted it on Reddit. That's actually where I saw it, and then I went to Tony and Mykelti's Patreon to see if I could verify that it was a legit response, and I saw that it was. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my second channel, Sarah Spills. A link for that will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, X, and TikTok at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.